If you mess up your social security number in Boldin, it will probably give you a useless plan. Let's explore how to keep your plan on track by getting this number right. So why does this one number matter so much? For most of us, Social Security represents the foundation of our retirement plan. It's guaranteed inflation-adjusted income that acts as the floor for our living expenses. Because Boldin's software uses Monte Carlo simulations to test your chance of success, the amount of guaranteed income that you input dictates how much money the software assumes that you need to withdraw from your investment portfolio. Many factors influence the chance of success number, but Social Security has an outsized influence. If you overestimate Social Security, Boldin might tell you you have a 97% probability of success, falsely leading you to believe that you can retire tomorrow and spend lavishly. On the other hand, if you drastically underestimate it, the software might tell you that your plan is doomed and you might worry too much and you might actually work more years than you have to. To get a realistic, trustworthy plan, we need to get this number right. So before we plug numbers into Boldin, let's take a look at how the Social Security Administration calculates your benefit. I promise not to make this a math class, but here are the highlights that you need to know. First, the SSA looks at your entire working history and selects your 35 highest years of earnings. If you have fewer than 35 working years, they put in zeros for the missing years. Next, they adjust or index those past earnings for historical wage growth so that your 1990 salary is comparable to today's dollars. They average those 35 years into a monthly number known as your average indexed monthly earnings, or AIME. And finally, they run that AIME through a formula that features what are called bend points. This formula heavily favors lower income earners, replacing a much higher percentage of their working income compared to higher earners. The final output of this formula gives you your primary insurance amount, or PIA, which is the amount you are entitled to at your full retirement age, or FRA. There are going to be a lot of three-letter acronyms here. For people born 1960 and later, your FRA is 67. Now, if you're a numbers nerd and you want to see how this math works in detail, I highly encourage you to go and check out a video at Erin Talks Money, where she goes into every detail about how the Social Security Administration does their calculation. I've linked the video in the notes below. Once we're done here, why don't you go give it a watch? What if you're married and one spouse earns significantly more or less than the other, like, for example, a stay-at-home parent? This is where the spousal benefit comes in. The Social Security spousal benefit guarantees that a lower earning spouse can receive up to 50% of the higher earning spouse's primary insurance amount, provided that the lower earning spouse claims the benefit at their own full retirement age. Now, for the spousal benefit, there are a few critical rules to remember. First, the primary earner must actually file for their own benefits before the spousal benefit can be claimed. Second, if the spouse claims early, for example, like at age 62, that 50% spousal benefit will be permanently reduced. And finally, if the primary earner delays claiming until age 70 to earn those really nice bumps in your Social Security benefit, the spousal benefit does not increase. The maximum that a spouse can get is 50% of the primary earner's benefit at full retirement age, regardless of how long the primary earner waits. All right, let's get into Boldin. Getting these numbers into the software correctly is, of course, crucial. When you navigate to the Income tab and you open the Social Security section, Boldin will ask you for your benefit amounts. If you're married, you will have separate entries for you and your spouse. A common point of confusion is whether to enter your current estimated benefit or the future expected benefit. In Boldin, you generally want to enter the estimated benefit in today's dollars for your full retirement age. In other words, enter the amount that you expect to receive at your FRA without any kind of COLA applied. The software's internal engine will automatically inflate your Social Security benefits from today all the way through your future filing date. And it will also adjust the payout based on the month and year you tell the software you plan to claim. If you want to force the software to use a spousal benefit, just enter $1 for the benefit in that spouse's Social Security slot. Boldin will also allow you to manually override the default estimate so you can enter that 50% PIA figure that we just talked about. But if you don't do any of these things and you just enter the benefit as you understand it, then Boldin will do the calculation for you. Well, as we all know, Social Security benefits receive an annual cost of living adjustment, or a COLA. Boldin assumes by default that the Social Security adjusts with general inflation. However, you can go in and override this to be a higher or a lower number. A good way to stress test your financial plan is to be conservative with your assumptions. To modify Social Security and stress test your plan, you can go into your plan's assumptions area, and here, Boldin gives you the power to set varying rates for general inflation, medical inflation, and income growth. Historically, Social Security cost of living increases haven't always matched up with the real world inflation that retirees feel, especially regarding healthcare costs. By tweaking your assumptions so that your Social Security COLA grows slightly slower than your general expense inflation, you can pressure test your portfolio to ensure that you won't run out of money, even if the government decides to be kind of stingy with the cost of living increases. So where do you get this baseline number that you need to put into Boldin? Well, let's walk through 4 different methods ranging from the easiest to the most accurate. The easiest method is to let Boldin do the heavy lifting. Recently, Boldin released an enhanced Social Security estimator. And in this quick method, Boldin uses your current entered work income to automatically calculate and extrapolate an approximate future Social Security benefit based on your claiming age. It's fast, but you need to understand this. It assumes that your current income stays perfectly steady, which makes this kind of a blunt instrument. For example, if today you're 55 and you plan to retire at 60, Boldin calculates its estimate using the assumption that your current income will continue all the way until your full retirement age, which is probably 67. Clearly, having zero earnings for 7 years should reduce your estimated benefit. Unfortunately, Boldin doesn't take this into account, and it doesn't give you a way to fix this, so you end up with an overestimated primary insurance amount. And this is why you really should consider using other tools. A better method is to go to ssa.gov and create a My Social Security account. And then you download your official personal benefit statement. This document shows your working history and provides a projection of your benefits at 62, full retirement age, and 70. There's a catch. While the Social Security statement does a really good job of capturing all your previous income, It assumes you're going to continue earning your current salary until the year you claim. So if you plan to retire, say early, like say 55, but delay claiming Social Security until 67, the statement on that report that the Social Security Administration gives you is going to be wrong because it doesn't account for those years of zero income. I didn't realize this until last year. So again, you end up with a better than Boldin estimate, but still an overestimated primary insurance amount for the scenario. To fix this early retirement problem, you probably should use this method. Log into your account on ssa.gov and use their interactive online calculator. This tool allows you to plug in future expected earnings. You can tell the calculator, hey, I'm making $100,000 a year now, but I plan to make $0 starting in 2 years. And then the calculator will update your projected benefit, taking those future zero earning years into account. This is the method that I recommend for most users. For the data nerds out there like me, or for folks with complicated situations like government pensions that trigger the windfall elimination provision or the government pension offset, you can download a piece of software from the Social Security Administration called ANYPIA. I don't know how that's pronounced. That's what I'm going to say. If you know for sure how to pronounce that, please put it in the comments below. You can download ANYPIA from the Social Security Administration. There's a link in the notes below. What you do is you input your historical earnings year by year. It uses the same math that the government uses to calculate your benefit. It's clunky. It looks like it was built in 1995 because it probably was. But because the Social Security Administration updates this every year with all the latest data and calculations, it gives you the most right answer. You knew I couldn't go on without mentioning this. We have to talk about one more pesky detail, and that is the depletion of the Social Security Trust Fund. Current estimates are that unless Washington makes changes to how the Social Security plan is financed, that by 2035, benefits will drop between 20 and 24%. If this is something that worries you, you might want to test your plan using an appropriately reduced benefit amount. Now, personally, I think they'll figure something out, but who knows? Okay, you selected your method, you have calculated your accurate number, and you have put it into Boldin. So we're done. Well, not quite. Now that the software has a good baseline, you can take advantage of one of Boldin's features, which is the Social Security Explorer. Instead of guessing when you should claim, this tool allows you to visually compare different claiming strategies within the context of your entire financial plan. Boldin will show your break-even age, calculate your total lifetime benefit across different scenarios, and provide you with digestible insights. Because Boldin allows you to model claiming by the month, you can see what happens if you claim at 62 versus your spouse claiming at full retirement age versus both of you waiting until age 70. More importantly, because this is integrated into your holistic plan, you can immediately jump over to your Insights tab and you can see how delaying Social Security might require higher withdrawals from your portfolio early in retirement and how that impacts your chance of success in your tax brackets and your RMDs. Getting your Social Security number right is a key piece of an accurate retirement plan. I hope you'll take the time to log in to ssa.gov, get the right number, input it into Boldin correctly, and then use the Explorer tool to optimize your strategy. So what do you think about how Boldin handles Social Security? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Have you had some success or problems? Please comment below. And if you found this video to be useful, I would really appreciate a like. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. And until next time, take care.